Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here. Welcome back to Part 8 of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask full playthrough walkthrough. In this section of the walkthrough, we are going to go through Ikana Canyon, as well as Ikana Castle. We're going to get a bunch of masks, a bunch of heart pieces there, and at the end of Ikana Castle, we will end with the Elegy of Emptiness, which is the song that will allow us to enter Stone Tower Temple, which is the final main dungeon of the game. In addition to that, we're also going to go through the Anju and Kafei Sidequest. This is a side quest that spans all 3 days. You have to do various things at various points in time. I will be skipping some optional pieces of this side quest. You don't have to do every single piece. There's only a few specific triggers that you need to do, but you do have to be precise on timing with them. If you want to see every single optional piece of this side quest, I recommend going to zeldadungeon.net, go to the Majora's Mask walkthrough section, and look up the walkthrough for the Anju Kafei Sidequest. They outline every single optional bit of it. Again, you don't have to do all that. If you just want heart pieces and masks, you could just follow along with me. But if you are curious about the lives and the relationships of the people in Clocktown, highly recommend doing it all. It's actually quite nice. We're going to have to do that side quest again, so what I may actually end up doing is doing all the optional stuff the second time. There are 2 final rewards for the, or I guess penultimate rewards for this side quest. One is a mask, or it's actually the Postman's hat, and then the other one is the 6th and final bottle. I prefer getting that 6th bottle before we go to the real final dungeon of the game, just because you can't access that final dungeon of the game until the moon is about to crash. So that's the way I like to do it. Okay, so it's going to be an intense walkthrough, lots of back and forth between Ikana and Clocktown. Just check the timestamps in the description to see what parts you need to do in case you need to catch up. All right, let's go. So first things first, we are going to get some rupees. We're going to need a bunch of supplies for Ikana Castle, or to actually get into Ikana Castle. We got to do a bit of a trading quest within a location. So we're going to need to buy a bunch of stuff. So password is 43125. We're going to get the full 200, although we may not end up needing it. So we're going to start here in the Bomber's Hideout. I wonder how many times per playthrough you end up coming in here. It's got to be like a dozen. Although if you're farming for, 500 rupees, then probably a bit more. All right, it's 100. Get the other 100. And then there is an optional bit of this side quest that I'm going to attempt to do. And that is to check into the inn. Just because it has a bit of a funny interaction with another NPC. You actually share your name with a Goron in this game. So, Link. There's Link and Link-Goron. And so Link-Goron has a reservation at the Stockpot Inn. All right, 8 a.m. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Maybe the reservations don't turn over until 10 a.m. or something. But what we need to do is we need to go to the mayor's office, although that doesn't open until 10 a.m. So we're essentially just going to wait for a few minutes. But at 10 a.m., we'll be able to enter the mayor's office, and then we're going to get the first mask of this side quest, which is the Kafei mask. Kafei is the name of the missing son of Madame Aroma and the mayor, and he is to be wed to Anju, the girl at the inn. However, he's been missing for a few weeks, or about a month, which kind of gives you a bit of a timeline of, how long the Skull Kid's kind of been causing havoc here. You know, it's not like you rolled in one day and suddenly, you know, there he was doing things. He's actually been causing problems for a little while. So, as part of this side quest, there is a bit of waiting to do. If you're playing on the 3DS version, this waiting is cut down considerably because the Song of Double Time on the 3DS version allows you to just select what hour of the day you want to warp to or fast forward to, whereas on 64 you can only fast forward to 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. of the next day. On 3DS you can't go backwards in time, but you can just be very precise about which hour you want to go to. I think Gorman has to go in first. I think this door will automatically unlock as soon as Gorman gets near. Yeah. All right. So you can come in here and witness an argument between the mayor and the townsfolk. And this is just sort of like some people are saying, like the people on the right are saying, we need to evacuate the people. You know, the moon is falling. We got to go. And then these folks are the construction workers building the festival tower, so of course they don't want to lose out on money, so they're just naysaying and being like, nah, it's fine. We don't need to worry about it. It's a cool thing you can witness if you like. All right, so this is Madame Aroma, and if we speak with her, she thinks we're a private investigator that she hired. If you say yes, she will give you Kafei's mask. So basically, you want to wear this mask and talk to various townsfolk, and then they will kind of give you hints on the last time maybe they saw Kafei or whatever, and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Great. So now that we have Kafei's mask, I'm going to attempt to go into Stockpot Inn and speak with Anju wearing this mask. I think you might have to wait till later in the day to do this, but it may work now. Okay. So, yeah, we have to wait for the postman to deliver a letter. That's fine. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get some supplies for Ikana Castle. And the first thing we need to do is wear the Mask of Scents. And then we are going to go up to Gorman's room. I believe it's this room? No, this room. This room with the bunk beds? Yep. So in this room, while wearing the Mask of Scents, you can smell a scent coming out of Gorman's boxers. So you want to bottle that scent, and then... Power of this mask allows you to see what those... Yeah, come on. There we go. So you can bottle the scent. It's called a magic mushroom. And then we can take this to the southern swamp and have Kotake turn it into a blue potion. The blue potion is optional for getting into Ikana, but it does make things a little bit easier. And it's free to get, so you may as well. Okie doke. So next we're going to visit the shop, and we're going to buy some things. We need 10 Deku nuts and 10 bombs. So the Deku nuts we can just purchase. The bombs we can get out in the field. We'll take a roll around. Okay. Oh. All right. So you need 10 Deku nuts. On 3DS, you just need one. Yeah, it's weird. They kind of took out a lot of the difficulty of the bottom of the well in 3DS. Not difficulty, but I don't know. It's just weird that you need one of everything instead of, you know, a bunch. It just seemed like they kind of streamlined it. You also need a fish. Very important. That's Deku nuts, fish, and then we need milk, which we can get in the well, and a powder keg. Okay, let's buy the powder keg. And you can do so by speaking with this Goron here. And as long as you have passed the license exam, you can just purchase it. I think it's 50 rupees. So the powder keg isn't technically needed to get to Ikana Castle, but you need one in Ikana Castle. Okay. Cool, so that's that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the swamp, and we are going to turn this mushroom into a blue potion, and we are also going to get some magic beans. Right, okay. Sorry, wrong way. All right. Realized I could have killed this dude for some nuts. Yeah, get a Deku stick, why not? Okay, so we gotta go to the witch's house, which is out. Oh, whoa. Hello. Oh boy. No, I'm going the wrong way. Took a wrong turn, everybody. Sorry about that. Oh boy. Okay. So I'm just messing this all up. Okie doke. Alright, go ahead and take out your magical mushroom. Whoa. Speak with Kotake. Do I have to rescue Koum? Oh no. There we go. Not sure how long we'll have to wait. Let me just see. Kotake, wait. Majora's Mask. Mushroom. Doesn't really say. Maybe it's just the next day, which is fine. Okay, remember to come back. Alternatively, you could just buy the blue potion, but you can get it for free that way. Okay, so it's 2 p.m. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Clocktown, and we are going to speak with Anju at the desk. Okay, so the postman has delivered Kafei's letter. So now if we wear Kafei's mask and speak with Anju, she says, "You're also looking for Kafei. I have a request. Kafei, I have a clue that will help you find him. Tonight at 11:30, please come to our kitchen. We'll talk then." Okay, so 11:30. Great. All right. Oh, I think if we hadn't spoke with her in the morning, we would have been able to check in. It's okay. It doesn't really affect anything. It's totally optional. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to slow down time because we've sort of done the first bit of the Anju Kafei side quest, and now we can start adventuring towards Ikana. So we're going to be doing this in parallel the whole time. Okay, so let's go ahead and go out to Termina Field and start rolling around, and we're going to get some ammo. Most notably, we're looking for 10 bombs. We need that for Bottom of the Well to get into Ikana. I think we just got it. That was only 5. Whoops. What do I have now? 15? Okay, I'm good to go. Great. So now let's warp to the swamp. And we are going to purchase 5 magic beans. So we got to go to the Deku Palace. Let's take out our friend the Octorok. What? Cool. So now we can roll through. And then because I got trapped in here last time, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come up here. There we go. I don't know, like, that feels a little random to me. But, we're going to do that. Come over here. Again, this is going to be... Oh, boy. I had the opposite problem as the 3DS. Okay. On 3DS is going to be a little difficult because of very dumb reasons. With momentum. Okay. And I can never remember if it's left or right. I believe it's right. Oh, move. Yeah. Okay. Groovy. All right, so we need 5 magic beans. I think on 3DS you might just need 1, but just get 5 anyway. Or don't. Up to you. Luckily, in Majora's Mask, the cost of magic beans do not go up each time you buy them, so don't worry about that. Hello? I think that's 4. Yeah, one more. Okay, and then I am also going to catch a bug in a bottle. You need a few bugs in the well, however, you kind of get a bunch in the well, so it's, you know, it's not a big deal if you don't go in with them. Okay, cool, so that's that. Now what we're going to do is we are going to begin our journey into Ikana. And we're going to do that from Clocktown. Actually, to be a bit more efficient, what we're going to do is we are going to get all the heart pieces that have to do with the title deeds. So, if you remember, way back in the beginning of this game, when you first started it, you needed to get a Moon's Tear to give to the Deku Scrub. And then the Deku Scrub would give you he would give you the title deed to his Deku flower. One use for that title deed is to give it to the hand in the toilet in Stockpot Inn at night and get a heart piece. However, there is an entire trading sequence having to do with title deeds that each one leads to a heart piece. We already got the one in Clocktown, but there's one in the swamp, there's one in the mountains, there's one in Great Bay, and then there's also one in Ikana. So we're going to do it all right now. And we're basically going to get a heart container out of this thing. I guess I didn't have to do that. Okay. I do love this song. It's just beautiful. Cool. Let's go ahead and grab our title deed. I'm actually going to try something. I want to see if I can get over this fence. You can do this using a bomb and the Goron. I've never, like, really done this before, but I'm curious. Nah. I don't know how they do it. I've seen it in so many speedruns. I don't know. That's sort of how you do it. You just got to get pushed by the bomb explosion. Anyway. Let's go give the title deed to the Deku Scrub. We actually need to be a Deku Scrub in order to do it anyway. Or get the title deed from the Deku Scrub. You got to give him the Moon's Tear. Gonna go hang out at the Moon Tower tonight. Party at the Moon Tower. I'm butchering that line, but if you know what it's from, leave a comment. I know what it's from. It's actually somebody's first major role. A very famous person's major role. First major role. Okay. All right. Go ahead and put the Moon's Tear on your buttons. Walk over, and the Deku Scrub shows up. Okay. All right. Cool. We got the title deed for the town. Deku Flower. All right. So now we got to go to Goron, Southern Swamp. And you got to give the title deeds to the Deku Scrubs in the form... so in Southern Swamp, you got to do it as a Deku Scrub. In the mountains, you got to do it as a Goron. In Great Bay, you got to do it as a Zora. And then in Ikana, you do it as Link. And I'm also going to check the status of my potion. Because I don't know what come back later means. All right. Cool. He's doing business with Deku Scrubs. Oh, I didn't know he would sell magic beans. That's pretty cool. Maybe you gotta do this one as Link. Yeah, because he says, hey, you're human, you're from a town, I think. Right, yeah, he's hoping to find success somewhere else. Cool. So he gives us the Swamp Title Deed. And then we can use this flower to get the heart piece on top of the boat tour hut. Pretty sure you can also just use the hook shot, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, this is the way to do it. Whoa. Hello. Cool. Now, we're going to go see if the witch is going to give us a potion. I don't know what time we have to come back at, but it may be like come back day 2 or something. I also don't even know if she's even there at night. I have no idea. I feel like an idiot buying Deku nuts, considering how often we're coming here. I just didn't know the location of any reliable Baba, but I guess there they are, you know? What? Give me my potion, lady. What happened? Alright, well, I'm just gonna buy it. I don't know, like... Oh, okay, so she just gives it to us for free. Oh my god. Alright. That's how you get it. That's fine. I'm glad I lost my patience with her. Anyway, that's how you get a blue potion. Perfect. Check that off the list. Okay, so let's go to Goron Village, and then we will give the Swamp Title Deed to the Deku Scrub there. Oops, wrong way. Yep. Luckily, you don't have to defeat Got for a 4th time to do this. You just go do it, which is quite nice, because I'm tired of killing Got. I'm always like sick of that boss by the time I'm done with the game. I like him a lot. Like, all the bosses in this game are a lot of fun, but yeah, killing him for a 4th time would be a bit obnoxious. All right, so here's the Deku Scrub. You may have noticed him before. Let's go ahead and turn into a scrub, and then you can give him the Swamp Title Deed. And then he will give us the Mountain Title Deed. Okay, and then you'll notice this is a yellow flower, so it's going to shoot us really high. All right, now it's time to go to Zora Hall. Yeah, we need the Zora mask to get in the room. And this scrub is either in the drummer's room or in Lulu's room. Either way, go to Zora Cape. All right. All right, so we do have to be Macau just to get in. I'm going to check this room. I really can't remember if it's this one or Lulu's. It's Lulu's. So Lulu's room is the one with the creep trying to look through the keyhole. So let's embarrass him real quick. Okay, and there's the scrub, so go ahead and turn into a Goron. And now let's give him the deed. Oops. All right, and then he will give us the canyon title deed. Sorry, we're going to use this in the canyon. I actually think we get a blue potion for the final title deed. If that's the case, I would laugh. I mean, I'm glad I showed you what the Mask of Sense did, but that'd be so funny if that was the case. Okay. Either a blue potion or like 100 rupees or something. Either way. Here's a third one. Can we warp out of here? Yep. Okay. So we're going to go to Clocktown. And then we are going to leave Clocktown out of East Clocktown. And we are going to go to the canyon. Now, if you recall... Actually, I want to see, will this guy sell us magic beans? Because this is the one from the swamp. Yep. Cool. Oh, whoops. I didn't even... Well, I'll support his local business, you know? Why not? All right. So we're going to go to the canyon. However, we are going to get the Song of Storms first. It's a bit more efficient to do that. And pay very close attention to the time. Remember that we have to be back here at 11:30 to speak with Anju. Let's go ahead and play... Nope. Play Epona's song. You need to have rescued Epona in order to access... Whoops. In order to access Ikana Canyon. Although you needed to have rescued her to access Great Bay as well. But just in case you haven't. I think it's 2 walkthroughs ago I did it. Alright, so night of the first day. Within Ikana Graveyard. We are able to get the Song of Storms. And you need the Song of Storms in order to access Ikana Castle. Is it Palace of Ikana? I can't remember the actual name of it, but either way. Go to the graveyard on the night of the first day, wear the captain's mask, and then you want to speak with the Stal children circling around this grave. Oops. You want to tell them to open it, not guard it. Okay. And then in here, we're going to need the Lens of Truth. We're going to need to kill some enemies, most notably an Iron Knuckle. So on each day, or rather on day 2, you'll be able to go through that grave. You'll drop there. But on night 1, we want to come in here. Do we need the Lens of Truth for this? I feel like we do, but no, I could be mistaken. I feel like I'm always wrong. Oh boy. All the bats. I actually don't even know if you have to kill all of them. Oh my god. Really? We're gonna play this game? You think you're cute? Oh, no, this might be 20 rupees. Hopefully something more. That'd be cool. 50. Okay, I'll take 50. Alright, so what we gotta do is we're going to... I think if we leave here and come back, we end up respawning the bats. Going to take a check. If we do, oh well. But we need to light the torches in this room. No, okay. Cool. There's one. Whoops, where are we at? Oh god. I don't know why I thought there was one up there. There's two. And then number 3. I had to relight that one. Okay. And here's the Iron Knuckle. So I believe this is the first Iron Knuckle of Majora's Mask that you fight. So just wait till it starts swinging, and then just poke it. When its armor is off, it doesn't have much poise at all. So defeating the Iron Knuckle causes the curtain to raise, and then we're able to learn the Song of Storms from one of the Composer brothers. Are you the one who freed my soul? I serve the Ikana royal family. I'm the composer called Flat. The songs connected to the royal family that remain here were all composed by my brother and I. Oh, Sharp, my dear brother. He sold his soul to the devil and was the one who locked me in here. You who do not fear the dead, learn well the song that is inscribed behind me. And if you ever meet my brother, I'd like you to inform him. The 1,000 years of raindrops summoned by my song are my tears. The thunder that strikes the earth is my anger. I have made my request. I don't even know if we need to take this out. Nah, just target it. The 1,000 years of rain... Yep. There we go. Here is written the song that shall cleanse his cursed black soul. Whoops. I definitely hit down. Cool. So, with the Song of Storms, you no longer need to bottle water and pour it onto magic bean plants. You can just play the Song of Storms and they grow. You remembered the Song of Storms. Not you learned, you remembered the Song of Storms. This melody that you've heard before is the turbulent tune that blows curses away. Okie doke. So, now that we've done that, we can go get our final heart piece from the title deeds. We actually don't need Epona anymore, but we do need the Garrow's Mask. So, if you have not already, you need to take Epona and you need to race the Gorman brothers at the Gorman track. That is on Milk Road. Beat them, and you will get the Garrow's Mask. You need the Garrow's Mask in order to enter Ikana Canyon. It's like one of 3 required masks in this entire game. All right, so wearing the Garrow's Mask, you want to speak with this person. Or walk close? Yeah, just walk close. Hee, that's a nice mask you're wearing. That is the mask of the leader of the ninjas who once spied on the hilltop castle with the blood-stained history. With that, you may be able to call out their spirits that even now are still wandering. Perhaps you may be able to save the souls that wander beyond here. So, he invites you to use your hookshot and zip onto this tree. Now, when you wear the Garrow's Mask in Ikana Canyon, you can be kind of invaded by ninja. Now, it's completely optional, but if and when you defeat these ninja, they will give you hints and little factoids about the region, including Ikana Castle. Welcome to Ikana Canyon. We've come close to being here a couple times, but we never actually entered. Okay. So, Tattle, yep, that's funny. I was going to say Tattle will ring, and that's to tell you that there are spirits around. And if you wear the mask, they'll come out. Master, you called. What are you? Oops. So yeah, you just gotta wait for them to bonk into you. And then you just gotta hit them once. And you can speak with them. Regrettable. Although my rival, you were spectacular. I shall take my bow by opening my heart and revealing my wisdom. To cross the valley of Ikana, aim at the river beasts with the arrowhead that freezes. Belief or disbelief rests with you. To die without leaving a corpse, that is the way of us Garo. So we will take that advice in a little bit, but first we want to finish this title deed side quest. So you don't have to do this as Goron. I'm just using this to get over here more quickly. All right. Actually, you want to completely not be a Goron. You want to be a Zora. All right. Yeah, he sells blue potion. Go ahead and give him that. 300. 200. 300. I don't think it was 300. Anyway, who cares? I do love when your C button is cleared. It just excites me when that happens. Okay. All right, and here we are with our fourth and final heart piece. There you go. Now, I am curious, what does this say? I can never remember. I actually don't really think it's anything good. The Fierce Deity Mask. Oh, there you go. The Fierce Deity Mask. A mask that contains the merits of all masks seems to be somewhere in this world. Well, it says it right in the hint. It's the culmination of all masks. So, one thing I want to talk about is this cave right here. This is Sakon's hideout. So, if you read the sign, it says Sakon's hideout, protected by impenetrable security. We will come here as part of the Anju Kafei Sidequest, but you can actually clip through here by doing backflips in a very precise location. And if you do that and clip into the hideout, you will automatically be in that part of the side quest, even if you've never spoken to Anju or Kafei or anyone. I don't recommend doing it. It'll mess things up, but it's just an interesting thing that you can do. Okay. So, let's do what that Garo ninja told us, and let's access the upper part of the canyon by using the arrowhead that freezes. So, we have a couple Octoroks here. Yeah. I'm going to wait for it to do one. Okay. Come over here, and then we can use the hook shot. Again, watch the time, 11:30. We got to be back in the stockpot inn. Where is it? Hello? I'm so confused. What is happening? Let's try this again. Yes, hello. There should be another stump to get onto up there. Oh, it's to the left. I was going to say, what the hell? There we go. So sorry about that. And then there it is. That's what I was looking for the whole time. Okay, so this is the village of Ikana. And so we can do a couple things. So we have, it's 8 o'clock right now. Let us do like the real main thing here. If you wear the captain's hat, I'm not sure if it, okay, it doesn't work on Gibdos. That's okay. Let's come up here. And then let's knock Tingle down. And buy the final map. The map is complete. Cool. All right. Let's come over here. Again, mindful of the time, mindful of the time. All right. And then let's enter this cave right here. Now, you need your ocarina because we're going to play the Song of Storms. And this is sort of like the beginning of healing Ikana. All right, so when we enter here, a spirit is going to scold us. What business have you in Ikana Kingdom, land where only the dead roam? This is no place for one as full of life as you. Or do you say that you wish to join the dead? That is fine. If that is the case, then sleep gently to the melody of darkness that the great composer Sharp shall play, and join the ranks of the dead. Okay. Go ahead and play the Song of Storms, composed by his brother Flat. And then that will sort of kick him out of this deadly wave of violence. What is this? This song. No, it can't be this song. All right. So Sharp's spirit was holding the water back from the rest of the canyon. And this is very curious. I like how Tingle's still just floating there. The door is unlocked. Flat, my dear brother, forgive your foolish brother who dreamt of the revival of the royal family. Ye who do not fear the dead. With my brother's song, you have broken the curse that was placed upon me. It is all thanks to you. We dead should not be lingering here in this land. It was all a trick of the masked one who had upset things. If you truly do not fear the dead, I wish for you to go to the temple in this land and sever the root of the evil curse that torments us. To do that, I, the only one who knows the way into the temple, shall direct you to the king. The king is in the ruins of Ikana Castle, awaiting the coming of the one who will break the curse. I have made my final request. All right, so we got to visit the king, which we will do. Okay, so the music box house is doing its thing, but first we are gonna, go into the spirit house. And we are going to defeat the 4 Poe sisters for a piece of heart. So, if you played Ocarina of Time, it is the same exact thing. 3 Poe sisters are the same. The 4th one is the one that has clones. That's it. So you got to do this in under 3 minutes, and if you drop below 3 hearts, it's you fail. I don't know if it's game over, but you fail. All right. So because you have the gilded sword, I recommend using the sword and not your bow and arrow. Come on. Okay. Come on. Oh, please. All right. That gives us plenty of time for the final one. Ugh. God. It's the one that spins. I was trying to... If you use a big sword slash, you can get rid of all the fake ones. Ugh, I disagree. Bingo. Okay, so that's it. That's the Poe sisters. Another piece of heart. Okay, let me just go back to my checklist. Got that. Okay. So, Poe Keeper goes away. And now we are going to solve the mystery of the music box house. Occasionally, a little girl will exit the house. However, you can... Yep, there she is. You can actually force her to come out. And you do that by placing a bomb outside the door, which is awful, but, you know, it sort of makes her curious. You can also use the blast mask, whatever you like. So you just want to hide on the side of the house. Oh, why are you going this way? All right, cool. So once inside the house, we want to come down here and get your ocarina ready. Notice the JVC Kaboom box speakers over here. Once you approach the chest, somebody looking like a Gibdo shows up. So you want to play the Song of Healing. Father? Father! Pamela! What have I been doing this whole time? You haven't been doing anything. You had a bad dream. You were just having a little nightmare. Pamela. You got the Gibdo mask. This mask was once the hideous face of Pamela's father. This mask looks so real that even a Gibdo would mistake you as one of its own. Key information there. Okay, so you can't really do much with these folks. I think Tattle says give them some privacy. Let them be, don't you get it? You're so insensitive. Love it. Okay, but I think if you go out and come back in, you can actually speak with them. Yep, okay, so here's Pamela. What you did for my father, thank you. But you helping us, it's a secret from my father. Whenever anything strange happens, my father immediately starts talking about doing research. And he does all kinds of crazy things, so once he calms down a bit, I think I'll try convincing him to quit researching in this dangerous place and go back to town. So, if my father sees you again, I'm sorry. And then you speak with him. He says, oh, isn't that a fairy? Is this yours, young man? I am the famed academic who researches fairies, ghosts, and similar so-called supernatural phenomena. By the way, the song, Farewell to Gibdos, which the music box is now playing, drives away Gibdos. I discovered it after many years of researching Gibdos. In regards to ghosts, there isn't another academic who can match my knowledge, so ask me anything you like. It's been some time since I've seen a fairy this lively. Say, young man, would you permit me to do research on this fairy? No. But anyway, that's the music box house. So now that we have the Gibdo mask, we can actually speak to certain Gibdos, and it will also cause Gibdos and Rededs to dance and not harm us, which is very useful. Okay, so that's kind of the start of Ikana Canyon. We're going to put that on pause for now, and we're going to go back to Clocktown and speak with Anju. Unfreeze timer. Set time back to normal. And then we just gotta wait for 11:30. Do not help the old lady in North Clocktown. Stopping Sakon kind of ruins this questline. So let him rob the lady. Don't worry about her. You gotta speak to Anju. Don't worry about Sakon. Okay, so this is why checking into the stock pot in is a little helpful. If you get the room key, it allows you to just walk in, but it doesn't matter. Just go ahead and come over here. All right, just gonna wait in the kitchen. Actually, let's get some bugs while we're here. I think we need 3 bugs in the well. I'll get a second one. We need a bottle for milk. Cool. So just go ahead and wait. Here she comes. You do have to wait for her to enter the kitchen. If you try to talk to her otherwise, she says, meet me in the kitchen or something like that. So you do have to wait. So I guess it's midnight. Anyway, I'm sorry to trouble you late at night. It's about him, Kafei. I received a letter from him. Strange, isn't it, getting a letter from a missing person? But there's absolutely no mistaking it's from him. It's clear to me. Please. Here is my letter. Please put this in a post box. When this is delivered, when he receives my letter, you should be able to meet him. Please tell him that Anju is waiting for him. And please, after you've seen him, tell me how he looked. I'm scared. I can't go. Can I ask this of you? Thank you very much. You were given a letter to Kafei. Quick, deliver it for her. Take it to a mailbox. You made an important promise. It was added in your notebook. Please mail it immediately in the morning. All right. So now we're going to take her letter and we're going to put it in a mailbox. He burned the letter. All right. So mailbox is over here. I think we could do it at night. I don't think we have to wait for morning. Deposit mail here. Ka-ching. Yep. Your letter has been received. Ka-ching. It shall be delivered tomorrow. Ka-ching. You sent the letter. This was added to your notebook. Okay, great. So that is that part of it. And now we have until 3 p.m. to do the next step. So what we're going to do is we are going to slow the flow of time, and then we are going to warp back to Ikana Canyon. And we are going to do the bottom of the well. Now, Ocarina of Time had a bottom of the well, and that was a dungeon. This one is sort of like a trading quest, taking place in the bottom of a well. So you need all those supplies that I mentioned. You need the Deku nuts. You need the you don't need the blue potion. It certainly helps though. You need a fish. Bugs are helpful, though you can get them in the bottom of the well. The powder keg you need for Ikana Castle, so you may as well just get it. You need the 5 magic beans. You can either buy that from the Swamp Deku Scrub or the Magic Bean Salesman. You need 10 bombs. You need 10 Deku nuts. And then on 3DS, I think you just need 1 of each of those items, but just get more just in case. Okay, important things. You need the Gibdo mask. So let's come up here. And then the bottom of the well is above this section. What is over here? Gossip Stone. What does this Gossip Stone say? I'm curious. I don't read Gossip Stones often. Or speak with them. Pamela, who lives in the Music Box house, comes out every 2 minutes when the Music Box is playing. But it seems she will also come out if she hears a bomb explode. There you go. Okay. Cool. Let's go ahead. What does this say? Empty well. Entry prohibited due to ghost sightings. All right, I've been cursed, which sucks. That's okay. It'll go away eventually. Okay, so you will notice there are Gibdos in front of locked doors. However, when we got the Gibdo mask, we were told you can speak to Gibdos. So I am going to use a map from 2000. Bottom of the well, Majora's Mask map. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, Zelda Dungeon actually has one. This is helpful. Okay. So let's go to the right first. Speak to this Gibdo, and he's going to ask us for magic beans. Leave it. Leave it. Leave me something delicious to chomp on, something that sprouts when it's watered, preferably 5 of them. And again, on 3DS, you only need 1. Ah, this, I bear you no remorse. Okay. Oh, yeah. And we're cursed, which, you know, just sucks. I forget how long it takes for curses to go away. And then we got a freeze art in here. Okay, you can come in here for nuts and sticks. Maybe just sticks. Yeah, I guess just sticks. Alright. Very good. I recommend just having the Gibdo mask on at all times. It's just helpful. Okay, there's a floor master here, so just watch out for that. Okay, let's go to the right again. I guess let's wait for the floor master. Okay, I wasn't sure if that was one of the ones that splits. So this guy is looking for 10 Deku nuts. And again, on 3DS, you only need 1. Okay. There, we got some bugs in here. More bugs. All right. Oh, whoops. Okay. And then... let's go left first. All right, come over here. This guy's going to ask us for 10 bombs. And then in this next room, we're going to fight a big Poe. And you need the big Poe's spirit in order to finish this dungeon. Or, you know, whatever you want to call it. Alternatively, you could fight the big Poe during Dampé's digging game, but that's on night 3, so it's not exactly efficient. Great. I'm not sure if you have to catch it or just talk to it. Gotta catch it. Great. Ow. Okay. So. Oh boy. Hello. Alright. So I'm gonna drop bugs. Because now we're gonna get milk. And again, like, there's plenty of places to get bugs down here. Alright, speak with him. And this guy wants... Melt ice and quench one's spirit. Melt ice and quench one's spirit? What the hell does he want? What? Oh, hot spring water. Okay. Right. We don't have that yet. We should have gone the other way first. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Okay. And this guy... This guy wants a fish. But not yet. Okay. Let's talk to this guy. This guy wants blue potion. You don't have to do this, but in case you need fish, grab it there. I'm not even sure if you have to do it this way, but let's go for it. Okay. So the guy on the left is going to want fish. Yeah, so again, you could have just gotten that right there. But it's available in Clocktown, so may as well. Okay, this is where the hot spring water is. And then additional fish, which I will grab one. Oh, bull. Really? Really, my guy? Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I guess maybe we have to do this with Zora electricity. I don't really remember this. Groovy. Okay. So now let's run this back over to the dude who wants hot spring water. Get in the flower. It's the guy all the way at the end of this corridor. Right there. Now, you got to make it here in a certain amount of time, otherwise that water will cool off and just become regular spring water. Okay, so here's a cow. And so we need to play Epona's song, and it will fill up a bottle with milk. Okay, so that's really it. Optionally, we can get some rupees. We can get like 100 rupees in here, but I don't know. It's really not worth it. You do that using bugs and regular water, but we are just gonna. Oh boy, we're just gonna end it. And get out of here. I'm going to speak to this guy. Although I think he wants a fish, which I need to go get. Yeah, he needs a fish. I don't think I have any more fish. Oh, I do. Look at that. Okay. And then the next guy is going to want... He's going to want the big Poe. Says, leave me a ghost, a big one at that. Okay. Exciting. Okay, and then this guy wants milk. Rich in calcium. Okay. So that's basically bottom of the well. And then in here... I don't know if this is doable with fire arrows. May have to go ahead and do the Deku stick method. I think we're okay. Okay. So we got the treasure of the well. There you go. Now we have the mirror shield, which is terrifying in Majora's Mask, but I love it. Okay, so just like in 64, in Ocarina of Time, you want to move the reflection onto the sun. That causes a ladder to appear. However, we can also put onto these sun blocks. SPF 5 million sun blocks. There you go. I like this terrifying mirror shield. Does it ever like give you a description of why it looks like that? Used like the hero shield that can reflect now. Maybe the gossip stone tells you. Anyway, here we are in the ancient castle of Ikana. And we have 12 hours until the next part of the Anju Kafei Sidequest. So I think we could probably bang this out. I do love the music here. Very epic. Ancient Castle of Ikana. All right. So, you'll notice a sunblock there. And that is basically like a shortcut. We may not be able to do anything about that until during the day. Okay. Let's see what the spirit here says. I'm actually not sure. I usually don't fight these things, but I'm just curious. Got plenty of time. Randomly. In entering Ikana Castle, there's another secret route apart from the well entrance. Belief or disbelief? Yeah. Okay. It has been a long time since I've done Ikana Castle. A long time. Yeah. Just in case. Okay. So the other entrance is using that sunblock. So I'm a little... Oh, Jesus, I didn't want... I forgot I was still wearing it. What's he say? The Redezvous and Ikana were once members of the castle's dancing troupe. Belief or disbelief rests with you. To die without leaving a corpse? Yep, great. Okay. So, really important item that you're going to need for this is the Captain's Mask. We are going to almost wear it the entire time. And that is because, upon wearing it, the Redezvous dance. Just like that guy told you, the Redezvous were once part of the dancing troupe. So, it makes it so you can just walk around Redezvous, and then they literally don't do anything to you. And they're a good source of rupees. So in case you're on that grind for 5,000, which we will do eventually, these guys are decent. You just walk in and out of the castle, and you're good. Okay, so we have a couple of frozen eyeballs. Let's get to work. That opens that side. And this opens that side. Now, again, it's been a little while since I've done Ikana Castle. Alright. Just go ahead and block that. Nice! Okay. Those guys can be quite hard. You gotta be really quick in killing them. Okay, so... yeah, we don't have much to do in here. That's fine. We will come back here eventually. See? These guys just come right back to life. Really good for rupee farming. Okay. So this puzzle is a bit of a challenge. It's a rising and falling floor. So what you want to do is you want to try to get as close as possible to the pillar. And then we are going to burrow in this flower. The floor is going to drop on top of us. But all you got to do is bonk it and then very quickly get back in the flower and come up here. Then you want to transform back into Human Link and you'll be able to press the switch. Okay? And then from here, we are going to hit the crystal switch on the other end, and I believe that will raise the floor one more time for us. Yep. Allowing us safe passage. Okay, so this room, it's really just a big trap. So just go ahead and... nice. Kill these guys. You can try to bonk the mines into each other, but it's hard to do. Okay. Nice. Oh, it actually worked. Where's the switch? Over there. I don't think this is gonna happen. Oh, wow, look at that. What? What was any of that? That was weird. Okay. That was strange. Let's do it this way. Okay. Let's kill the things again. Hello. 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 Beautiful. I am, like, honestly a little confused. Like, how are you supposed to do this? Oh, it's ice. Yikes. Oh, okay, there we go. Always the lens of truth. Oh my god. Okay. Whew. So now we are basically back outside, but there's a bunch to do out here. So this is where that powder keg is going to come in handy. However, what we need to do is we need to kill any flying enemies. God. Die, thank you. Reason for this, you probably could leave this one alone, but... No, he would definitely come mess with us. Oh my god. Thank you. Alright, reason being, because... What? Did you respawn, or were you... Okay. So, what we're going to do, we're going to hit this. That's going to drop the flames. Come over here. Transform. We're going to fly. Drop. Pop out. Hope that buzzer doesn't mess with us. I guess these guys will respawn. Alright, cool. Whew. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to go right back in. And then we kind of just got to do another lap. But it's, you know, it's the cost of the piece of heart. There may be a bit more efficient way to do that, but that's the way I do it. Okay, let it drop. Okay. Great. Alright, kill these two. Got that. Cool. Watch out for the Bubles. Alright. Back up on the roof. Now, keep in mind the time. We got to be back by 3 p.m. Like, in place by 3 p.m. Alright, let's come over here. And we're going to follow this ledge. Over here. Hit this switch. All right. Now what that did is it effectively opens up a sun shaft on the inside of the dungeon. But we're not done yet. Don't we need to get right there? Oh, I see. Okay. Cool. All right, let's go back in. And we can ignore those. And remember, there's going to be that floor master in here. Yes. Okay. This is gonna, yep. Goes right back into a big one. Okay. So the mirror actually, the mirror can kill it basically instantly, and then it splits. Okay. So now we can use the sun shaft that we just opened up, and then it's going to reveal these guys. We can make them dance, though. Okay. Come in here. And now we have a Wizrobe. So. Oh, whoops. Got him. Okay. I thought I had my arrows on C left. I always have them on C left. Just gonna have a second phase. There we go. It says more health. You can do this via audio cues. His groaning comes from the real one. So just kind of pay attention to your spatial audio. Okay. There's the Wizrobe. Look how the music comes right back in. Okay, as long as you have your hat on, you're good. The game definitely tries to kind of booby trap you with these close quarters rooms. Okay. So this is where you need the powder keg. And it's a little mean that they do this, but like, you know, that they put it here. But that's what they do. Okay. Let's go ahead and just draw out the powder keg, and then if you'd like, you can shoot it with an arrow to just blow it up immediately. Okay. Be sure to put the captain's mask back on. Then we're going to drop in. And this is going to put a sun shaft right here. Right in the middle. And then we can burn away this block. All right. So, get ready for the boss. This is a full-fledged boss. Couple phases. He hits real hard. You're going to need some magic for fire arrows to burn away the curtains. So as we approach the throne, kind of get a little introduction. Oh, insolent one who has brought the unthinkable into a land as dark as Ikana. My servants have fallen namelessly before the light that guides you. However, the darkness in which my servants live is, after all, fleeting. You shall see with your own eyes just what kind of thing true darkness really is. Okay, so you want to burn away the curtains. And then you want to stand in the light. Because they kind of won't mess with you. Nope, it's just the two. My bad. So the goal here is to burn away their corpses using the sun. And then once you do that, you fight the real boss. Here he comes. So kind of the same idea, however, he has a bunch more attacks. But if you wear the captain's mask, you get this little Easter egg. Oh, Kita. It is not. Is it not Captain Kita? But you're so... tiny. I was nearly fooled by what you have done. Anyway. Alright. So with the head, he kind of just floats around a bunch. I don't even know if he can... Yeah. Let me go back to regular arrows. Alright, so when he fixes his head, that kind of gives you an opportunity. Alright, yeah. So you saw there that my shield hit him with the light. However, it's now just going to start blocking him. So we're just going to wait for the head. I gotta switch my my arrows. 20 years of C left, you know. Alright, so when he goes down, do the same thing. Burn his corpse. He can dish out a lot of damage, so you gotta be careful. But if you have the double defense upgrade from Great Bay Temple, Great Fairy, you're fine. You're blocking me. Get out of the way. I can still get him. But blocking you? The reason he beat us is because you were so feeble. Don't blame this on me. What? Just try saying that again to my bony face. Feeble. Feeble, 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 feeble. It's sort of a play on the Koume and Kotake Twin Rova. Don't look at me. I was once called the best swordsman in all of Ikana. The greatest swordsman in all of Ikana. You feeble. Draw your weapon. Huh? I'm telling you to draw your sword. How? Will you stop? What fools. Haven't you begun to understand? The kingdom being ruined and us left in this state, isn't it petty little battles like this that have caused it? Believing in your friends and embracing that belief by forgiving failure, these feelings have vanished from our hearts. It all happened after somebody thrust the doors of that stone tower. You who bring light into darkness, I am the king of Ikana Kingdom, Ego du Ikanya. The spell binding that had been cast upon us was broken by that light which you carry. To return true light to this land, you must seal the doors of Stone Tower, where the winds of darkness blow through. But Stone Tower is an impenetrable stronghold. Hundreds of soldiers from my kingdom would not even be able to topple it. It is far too reckless for one to take on such a challenge. And so, I grant you a soldier who has no heart, one who will not falter in the darkness. You shall remember this song. Whoops. I was trying to be all cinematic about it. You learn the Elegy of Emptiness. It's a mystical song that allows you to shed a shell shaped in your current image. By playing the song while wearing masks to assume different forms, you'll be able to leave up to 4 empty shells, 1 for each form. This soldier who has no heart is your twin image, a shell of yourself that will shed when your song commands it. On my kingdom, shine the light of justice. So, Ben drowned, and there you go. If you don't know what Ben drowned is, it's a very creepy copy pasta from the 2000s. It's about a haunted Majora's Mask cartridge. Okay, anyway. All right, so it's 9 a.m., and we don't have much going on. What we can do, however, is we need to wait for 3 p.m. How do we use this shortcut? I feel like it's actually on the other side. Yeah, anyway, let's warp. We have a few choices. So we can we have until 3 p.m. for the next part of the Anju Kafei Sidequest. We've kind of done everything that I thought we would need to do in Ikana. So I'm wondering, is it worth it to go to Stone Tower? I actually didn't want to come here. Actually, I did. Let's deposit rupees. And then what I might do is I might actually take this opportunity to grind rupees for the 5,000 rupee heart piece. Okay. So we needed an additional 3,500 rupees to get to 5,000. So let's do this. Let's go back to Ikana, and then I'm just going to check to see if we get into the castle on the other side, if that's how this works. If it is, what we'll do is we will go to Stone Tower. We'll get the owl statue outside the temple. We'll unlock that shortcut. This way, next time we can just go to Stone Tower. And then I might take the time to just grind rupees during this this Anju Kafei side quest. Yeah, look at that. Cool. Okay, let's go do Stone Tower. So what we're going to do is we're basically just going to go to the entrance of the temple. We won't do Stone Tower Temple until the next part of the walkthrough, part 9. The journey up Stone Tower is a little, I don't know. Stone Tower is a really cool dungeon, but you have to keep playing the Elegy of Emptiness over and over and over and over in the dungeon, because there are various rooms in the dungeon, including this entire climb up Stone Tower. You need to press and hold switches using your clones. So you're going to basically memorize this song whether you like it or not. And I don't even remember it now. I'm going to write it down. Right, left, right, down, right, up, left. So again, we're basically just waiting for 3 p.m. on day 2 for the next part of the Anju Kafei side quest, so that's why I'm choosing to do this now. It'll also help me explain the real trick to this song. So we leave a clone there. We come up here. Hello, Bimos. May as well take care of this thing. Okay. I don't know where it is. Alright, so when we press this, you'll notice that that block goes up. However, if we were to play the Elegy of Emptiness now, in Link's human form, what will end up happening is the first clone that we made will go away, which we don't want. So you need to constantly be like changing forms in order to hold these switches. Deku Scrub Link is too light to hold any switches, so it's always going to be Human Link, Zora Link, and Goron Link. And one of the weird things about Majora's Mask 3D is that despite all the changes they made, they didn't make this any better. I don't really understand that. Like, they messed with so many other things, but they did not make this any better. All right, so this is actually going to cause two things to happen. The second block is going to move, and then the first block is going to finish moving. So the first block that we moved, you know, with the first switch, with the Link clone, that only went forward a little bit, and it wasn't fully done in its path. So you kind of got to just keep an eye on that sort of stuff. Is like, did this block really go where I needed it to? If not, okay, let me try to find another switch. Maybe that'll help it move along. Maybe it's stuck somewhere. That stuff will happen. All right. Cool. Now, yeah, okay. So these are basically if you want to go back, which we're not going to need to do, but it's sort of there as a failsafe. All right. May as well just go backwards. What I think they could have done in the 3DS version is made it so like you play the song once, and then like one of the 4 shortcut buttons that you get on 3DS turns into like a, I don't know, like a copy button or something. I don't know. Just like make this easier. But I don't know. I didn't make the game. I think I gotta go over here. Oh boy. That's great. Okay. Let's make this our Zora clone. Okay. And then do that. I do like how insane the clones look. Like, they look like they have no soul. I think they did a perfect job. Okay. So I believe over here is a Scarecrow song thing, but you don't really need it. Like, there's nothing really over there. It may be like some silver rupees or something, but you know, it's not a hard piece. It's not a mask. It's nothing to really worry about. Okay, yeah. I would have to have retaught the Scarecrow song to Pierre. No. Oh boy. Yeah, I think it just looks like refills over there. Okay. Where am I supposed to be going? Or am I just supposed to get closer? There we go. Another Pierre spot. Although he's not called Pierre in this game. Anyway, where am I supposed to be going? Hello. Okay, here we are. Cool. So, we now have quick access to Stone Tower Temple. Kind of the same thing. We would use these 3 platforms to forge the path into the temple. We're not doing the temple this go around. We're doing that next time. And as always, there are some pots with, you know, some berries and some supplies. This way you can just quickly get started. Okay. Great. So we have a few hours until Kafei is ready. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some time to just grind rupees within Ikana Castle. We need a total of 3,500 more rupees in order to get that piece of heart. Ikana Castle is one of the most effective places to grind rupees, bar none. Between the Redezvous and the... it's not called the Floor Master, it's like something else, but you know, the one that splits into 3. Between all that, you have a really good opportunity for grinding rupees here. You will not be able to quickly enter Ikana Castle until you get the final arrow, which you get from Stone Tower. So that's why I'm choosing to do this now. It's just we have access to Ikana Castle, and it just feels like the best time to do it. Groovy. Yeah, this is so quick. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Oh, I actually got it. Oh, come on. Thank you. Oh, wow. There's more. So, yeah, basically everything between the Redezvous and the Floor Masters can drop between 15 and 20 rupees. So it's just, like, so worth doing. And you can just kill these guys like that. It's absurd. I think it's actually more efficient to just go in and out with the Redezvous. Truly. Just, you know, keep an eye on the time. bum, 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 bum. Cool. Okay. Can we warp from right here? So we basically got to do, we need 3,400 to 30, yeah, we can. We need like 3,500 rupees. Now it'll be 3,000. So we're just going to do that for a couple cycles. I think what I might do is I might just deposit this and then wait for 3 p.m. So let's go ahead and turn time back to normal. There's a long walkthrough. Okay. Cool. Yep. 2,900. Basically 3K. All right. So we're going to wait for a cafe now. And Monsieur Cafe will be in the laundry area, in the laundry pool. At 3 p.m., the postman delivers his letter from Anju. And what's funny is if you ring this bell, you probably have done this before, but if you ring this bell, I think it's on day 1 the door will open. Only on day 1, I think. Anyway, yeah, on day 1 the door will open, and then Cafe will come out. But it's like a mystery. Like he comes in, he comes out, and then immediately goes back in. But if you wait until 3 p.m., the postman will come deliver the letter, and then the postman will ring the bell. Cafe will just run past you, and then you can enter his little hideout. And where his hideout is really cool. So here he comes. Postman rings the bell. The door is now unlocked, and we can go in. I do believe that you have to go in while he's outside, so just try to be quick with it. And after a couple minutes, he will come right back in. It takes him 30 minutes to pick up a letter. An hour it took him. All right. So, go ahead and speak with him. Green hat, green clothes. Anju wrote about you in her letter. It seems you're looking for Cafe. Can you keep a secret? Of course. Anju trusted you. I shall also trust you. I am Cafe. The Cafe we're looking for is an adult. When I look at you, I just see a child. I was turned into this by a strange imp wearing a mask, but I'm not hiding because I look this way. When I was turned into this, I went to see the Great Fairy in the shrine near the North Gate, but on the way, my precious mask, a wedding ceremony mask, was stolen from me by some prancing man with a grinning face. Well, you're just careless. You're like my partner. Before my wedding ceremony, I was quite happy. I was targeted because of what I had been turned into. Oh my, I pity you. I know Anju is worried, but I can't go out yet. I made a promise to her that I would bring the wedding mask and greet her. This pendant, give it to Anju. You accepted the pendant of memories. Though you may not understand these grown-up matters, you should probably take the pendant to Anju anyway. Keep what we just talked about a secret from everyone. The mysterious youth Cafe was added to your notebook. You've been entrusted with a precious item. This was added to your notebook. Now, if we speak to him, He says, things that get stolen in this town always make their way to the curiosity shop. I'm waiting for that to happen. Stand on that crate and peek into the hole. From here, I check on the curiosity shop's customers. So I believe it's at some point at night, Sakon will kind of show up and like try to offer the owner some items. But yeah, it's just a cool little thing. That guy will definitely appear. I'll be waiting when that happens. So you don't actually have to do that. You don't have to witness it or anything. All right, so let's open that up. Slow down time, and then we will deliver the pendant to Anju. And then we are going to grind for rupees and just keep doing that. Shouldn't take very long at all. And we are also going to go back to Ikana Graveyard on the night of the second day in order to get a piece of heart. Right, gotta give it to her. I was about to leave. Would have messed it up. Go ahead and give her the pendant. Oh, did you meet him? Ah, it's from Cafe. Thank you very much. That face looks so happy. This was added to your notebook. I have decided to wait for him. I've made my promise. I'm fine with this. I believe him. So she's going to wait for him for the end of the world. And so this door is always locked. It's employees only. It's actually Anju's bedroom. Now, had you successfully checked in using the Goron's identity, you'd be able to go into this room and then peek through a hole and witness an event between Anju and her mother. Or I think it's actually Madame Aroma, which is Cafe's mother. You'd be able to witness that. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can... what is quicker? I guess it's quicker to just actually use Epona and leave. Just because of the location of the graveyard. Nope. Nope. All right, let's go to Ikana Graveyard. On the night of the second day, we'll be able to enter the other half of that cave that we were in when we learned the Song of Storms, and then we'll be able to get a piece of heart. So you'll probably notice that, as we've been going through this particular cycle of the 3 days, we've collected quite a lot. And, we've basically accessed Ikana Canyon. We've gotten the Gibdo mask. We've gotten Cafe's mask. We've gotten a bunch of pieces of heart. We've done a lot. And this is, believe it or not, the cycle in which you can get the last heart piece. All right. The last mask. I'm so sorry. So we're going to have the wedding mask. We're going to have the postman's hat. We're going to get the Keaton's mask. Maybe there's one left. Yeah, okay, so at the end of this walkthrough, we're going to be missing one mask, technically two. That one mask is inside of Stone Tower Temple. So we're basically going to finish with these side quest masks at the end of this cycle, which is very exciting. Okay, so since we're in the graveyard, I am just going to play the song a double time to skip an hour. And then we're going to take out the captain's hat. And then we're going to go to the grave that they are surrounding, which is... oh, this one. Ask them to open it. All right. And then you're going to need the Lens of Truth to kill some enemies. And at the end of this grave cave is going to be a piece of heart. So, this is a fake wall. So there's invisible enemies here. I was trying to be slick. What? Oh my god. That's obnoxious. I think it's a bombable wall that I'm looking for. Yep. I think it's an iron knuckle. Yep. Ugh. God, I hate how it untargets. Cool. Alright, that is the piece of heart. Alright, now it's time for the grind. So, what I will say is feel free to fast forward through this part. I'm literally just going to grind rupees and deposit them. So that is all I'm doing. There is really nothing interesting happening. I will take no offense if you decide that you don't want to watch all this. Just check the timestamps in the description for when I finish the grind. You want to get to 5,000 rupees doing this. So whatever you have left out of your grind, this is the time to do it. Again, the reason we're doing this now is because we have access to Ikana Castle. You can come back after you either finish Stone Tower or during Stone Tower, whatever you want to do. Once you get the final type of arrow in Stone Tower, you'll be able to just hit the sun blocks with it and remove them. You have the power of the sun in an arrow. You don't need to activate the sun or anything. Although even with the mirror shield, I guess you could just enter anyway. But yeah, so this is just a good time to grind. But for those of you sticking around, I guess I could, tell some stories about Majora's Mask. The final bit of information I will tell you is that we're going to do this until 12 p.m. on day 3, or until we're done. 12 p.m. day 3 is the next step of the Anju Kafei Sidequest. Okay, so when I was a child and this game came out, I slept over a friend's house, and it wasn't like the day it came out. I definitely had the game for like a couple weeks, but I slept over a friend's house, kid in my neighborhood, that I knew from school, and he had bunk beds, and like that was always like the hypest thing as a kid. Like if you had a friend who had bunk beds, they were a cool friend, right? Like they were just a cool friend, and you always wanted to sleep over their house. He did have a younger brother, but like typically if I was going to sleep over, like we would do it on days that like his brother wouldn't be there. So his brother wouldn't have to like hit the couch or anything or hit the deck. But slept over his house, and he had an N64 in his room. And growing up, I did not have a TV in my room. I was not allowed. I couldn't believe that my mom let me build a computer and put it in my room when I was like 14. But I kind of did it without asking, and then she didn't say anything. But I did not have a TV in my room. And so I could only play video games like in the living room, on the TV in the living room. And, you know, I had a bedtime as a kid. Of course, kids have bedtimes. But the funny thing about this was whenever I would go to friends' houses, like, their parents would never give us bedtimes. And so this one friend, his name was also John. He lived a few blocks away from me. He had a TV in his room with an N64. And I had gotten Majora's Mask. And he was a Zelda fan, but I don't know if he had played Majora's Mask at that point or, like, wasn't interested. But I brought it over and ended up... I just realized I could do that instead. I brought it over, and we ended up playing it, and we did a lot in the game. We got the alien side quest done, did that whole thing, and as we were doing that, it was getting very late. It was like, I don't know, I guess it was 2000, so we were 12. And it was probably getting to like 11 or 12 o'clock, like really the time when you would go to sleep. I remember one time I slept over at a different friend's house. This friend was really into wrestling. And we brought his alarm clock into the living room, and we set an alarm for 1 a.m. so we could watch ECW on television. I think it was on like TNN or something. But yeah, we were able to do that. Anyway, Majora's Mask. You know, I think it was about 11 o'clock, and we finished the alien side quest, and he was like, you know, I'm getting really tired, like, I'm going to go to sleep. And it's like, okay, like, do you mind if I keep playing? And he's like, no, keep playing, like, I don't care. And so he had the bottom bunk, I had the top bunk, and like I had to like sit in the most weird position to like keep playing, and like it was a wired N64 controller, so like the controller wire was like going up to the top bunk, and he was sleeping on the bottom bunk, and I did this entire Ikana Canyon thing, and I remember killing Captain Kita by like 2 or 3 in the morning, and it was the latest I had ever stayed up to play a video game at that point in my life. And I just remember that being like the first real accidental binge session that I had with games. And it's one of the reasons I love Majora's Mask. Like, it's one of the reasons that I like hold it so dear in my heart is because of that sleepover that I had with that friend. Yeah, it was just such a cool moment. And like, I remember he woke up as I was learning the Elegy of Emptiness, and he just like could not believe that I was still awake, still playing. Like, we were 12 years old, and I was up at like 2, 3 in the morning. And it was just like, that's sort of when I realized, like, oh, I kind of have the endurance for video games that not a lot of kids do. And that has always stayed with me. Like, that has never changed. Video games typically give me the energy to stay awake. And it's just because I mean, good video games do, right? Like, I'm not going to do it with every video game. But, yeah, so it was just an interesting time. It was a lot of fun. I remember feeling kind of bad that I woke him up that late or that early, depending on how you look at it. And I don't know, like, not that I was like taking advantage of the fact that he had a TV in his room and I didn't, and, you know, we could play all night, but like, it wasn't like deliberate, right? I wasn't like trying to like just use this kid's, you know, cool setup. It was just like, look, man, this game is sick and I'm going to keep playing it. Like, and then I learned the Elegy of Emptiness. I deposited my rupees, reset the cycle, and stop. But it was definitely like, he really couldn't believe that I stayed up that late. And was like still playing when he woke up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Like, he was blown away. And I just remember it was definitely indicative of things to come for me. So yeah, whenever I would have sleepovers with friends, you know, we would always play games. A lot of Zelda. Now that I think about it, a lot of Zelda. Watch anime. Watch, you know, weird music videos late at night at MTV. I remember sleeping over that friend of mine who was into wrestling. I remember sleeping over his house, and he had a finished basement in his house, and we would always sleep down there whenever we would have sleepovers at his house. And I remember one time we took all the pillows off the couch, and then because Prodigy's Firestarter came on MTV, that music video where the guy's just running around a tunnel unraveling a red sweater, I think it was, just going, I am the Firestarter, and like we would just like go nuts and like jump up and down on the pillows. It's pretty cool. But Yeah, I had a lot of fun like sleeping over friends' houses, playing games as a kid. And Majora's Mask is one of them. And it's, like I said, it's a huge reason why I keep coming back to it. I play this game like once every couple of years. I actually started a playthrough of this game when I moved to Los Angeles. This is the first thing that I played. Because when I moved here, my company like moved me. Like they managed everything. And so like when the movers came to my house in New York, when I was living with my dad, I gave them my PS5, my Xbox, my computer, everything, but I kept my Switch, and I put my Switch in my carry-on, or my luggage when I moved. And so like this was the only console that I had living in a temporary apartment for my first month in LA. And so I started a playthrough of this and played it for a couple days, got into Great Bay. I think I got the hook shot and like did, that part of the game. I didn't do the temple. But yeah, it was the first thing I played. It's just such it's such an easy game to pick up and start playthroughs of because it can be played in short bursts or, in long sessions like this. Like people complain about the timer in Majora's Mask. People really complain about the clock. It's really a point of contention for people. But like you're not really under a lot of pressure as long as you like talk to the Scarecrow and learn about playing the Song of Time backwards. Like you're really not under much pressure in this game, like not everybody's going to want to play a game for like several hours at a clip. And so whenever I hear those complaints about like feeling pressure from the clock, I'm kind of wondering like, are you really trying to play this game? Or are you just in that first cycle as Deku Scrub feeling rushed? And don't get me wrong, like I am playing this game with 23 years of knowledge of this game. I got this game when it came out. So I'm playing this game with 23 years of knowledge, planning everything as efficiently as I can plan it. But like even when I'm just playing it casually, it's like, oh right, I can go do this at this time. And like, I don't know, like I get the completionist stress of Majora's Mask, like having to kind of plan things, but I don't know. I think it's fine in games when you can completely miss giant things. Like, I don't think it's a problem at all. Like, I don't think a game is under any obligation to tell you the full story of every single character and, like, allow you to approach that story at your own pace. I think it's fine when they do it, but I also like when you're locked out of things. And, like, it sucks when something is completely missable. That certainly is not fun. I understand why it has to happen sometimes, but nothing in Majora's Mask is completely missable. All you gotta do is just play the Song of Time and start it again. Like, it's not a big deal. So I never really understood the complaint about that. It's different for sure, but, I think it's fine for games to be different. One other thing that I will say, that was a quick cycle. One other thing that I will say with respect to the clock is my experience of when this game first came out. And I'll probably talk about this when I beat the game, as I usually do story times in these walkthroughs when I beat games as the credits are going. I'm realizing now I probably should have saved all of these stories for that, but I gotta do something while grinding 3,000, 4,000 rupees. When this game was first leaked, like there was a couple of leaked screenshots, or at least it was, I don't know, it was always hard to tell like what's a leak, what's news in the 90s. Okay, we're gonna do 3 more cycles. Yeah, it's always hard to tell like what's a leak, what's not. Oh, Jesus, no. It's so finicky. Oh my God. Okay, all right, take it slow. So there was a website. It's hard to even call it a website. Back in the days of America Online, I'm talking like 96, 97, 95, AOL had things called keywords. And it's basically like you go to the address bar or you hit go. It's like a button in the AOL program. I think it's called Go. And you would go to a keyword. And if you typed in like CNN, it would be like CNN's AOL page, like AOL newsfeed or something. If you typed in news, it would be a general news feed. If you typed in chat, I think the chat would come up like for like people connection and stuff. But there was a keyword called ant, and if you typed in keyword ant, you went to a page for something called Antagonist. An Antagonist was a group of gaming forums, and basically if you typed in keyword ant, you would just go to Antagonist's main page. If you typed in N64, you would go to Antagonist N64 page. If you typed in PSX, you would go to their PlayStation page. I don't think there was one for Dreamcast. There might have been one for Sega, for Genesis, maybe, and maybe 32X and Sega CD. Definitely not Saturn, I don't think. Anyway, when you would type in the keyword and it would bring you to the page, the first thing you would see is some pieces of news. And I remember it was shortly after Ocarina of Time came out. So Ocarina of Time came out in November of 98. This might have been 1999, mid 99. There were rumors, there were always rumors of something called Ura Zelda, which was like another Zelda or another take on Zelda. And the thought behind that was that it would be Ocarina of Time with remixed dungeons, maybe a side story, something like that. And it was rumored for a long time. And Ura Zelda ultimately turned out to be Master Quest, which, is a completely different discussion, and I covered it in the Master Quest walkthrough. But one day on Antagonist in mid 99, there were screenshots of what they were calling Zelda Gaiden. And Gaiden, typically Japanese games that have the word Gaiden in them means sequel, number 2. And so, they were claiming these are screenshots from Zelda Gaiden. It wasn't clear what these were screenshots of at the time. There was still a lot of speculation. But I do remember one of them was Child Link looking up at something that they said it looks like a clock, and then there was a clock on the screen, on the UI, like the clock that we're looking at now, although it looked a lot different. It was a bit more colorful, if I recall. It was a very grainy screenshot. It looked like it was a photograph of a magazine. It looked pretty rough. But that was the first time that we were given any sort of hint as to the next game on the next Zelda game, and the next N64 Zelda game. And so it would take another few months before Nintendo officially announced Majora's Mask. It might have been another year. But I remember seeing that screenshot of the clock and being what is this? Why is there a clock on the screen? Why is time so important here? And what does the Japanese, text in the clock mean? I was, again, 11 years old at this time, so I didn't know. So yeah, it was just really interesting. And seeing that clock made me so curious of why is the clock important? And so, when news came out about this game that would become Majora's Mask, and we were told there's a central time mechanic, this is part of the game, I was very excited. Because I really liked in Ocarina of Time how different things happened during the day and night. NPCs moved, different enemies showed up, and it was really one of the first games that had a day-night cycle, at least that I played as a child on Nintendo consoles. I played a few PC games, Siberia, and I think I'd been playing Quake. But nothing like an adventure game, really. I really wasn't into PC adventure games that much. Anyway, so I was personally very, very excited about the clock. But, ultimately it became divisive. Yeah, just interesting. I don't think I ever mentioned this in the Ocarina of Time walkthrough, but I remember, so that friend who was into wrestling, his name was Mike. He had a PlayStation, and I did not have a PlayStation until 98. But he had a PlayStation, and he had Crash Bandicoot 2. And maybe Ridge Racer and one or two other games. But again, this is 98, or 97, I think we met. It was in 4th grade. Yeah, I would have been 9. So he he had this PlayStation, and he had never really gotten very far in Crash Bandicoot 2. He had never, like, even gotten to the first boss. But, you know, knowing me and me being good at games even as a child, I was like, no, like, we could do this. This isn't that hard. Crash 2 is hard. It's definitely a hard game. But, like, we persevered one afternoon. We made it all the way through. Defeated Komodo Joe is his name, I think, the first boss of Crash 2. The guy with the knives. We killed him and then got to the second warp room. And then, we were like, okay, it was hours at this point. It was like several hours. He was like, I don't have a memory card. Like, we can't save the game. And I don't think he had ever played Crash 1, and I didn't even see Crash 1 until years later at a different friend's house. Different friend with the sleepover. My bad. Different friend with the sleepover. But anyway, I hadn't seen Crash 1 until years later when, like, another friend had it. And I realized, like, oh, Crash 1 had passwords. Like, Crash 2 was the first one that required a memory card. And so we asked this kid's stepdad to bring us to Funkoland, which, GameStop purchased in their giant purchasing spree of game stores. But we had a Funkoland in our town, and his stepdad brought us to Funkoland, walked in, started asking for a memory card. And then, like, as they were getting it out of the back or something like that, or as they were ringing us up, I forget how we got onto the topic, but I was talking to the employee there. He was probably, like, in high school or, early college. And again, I'm 9 years old at this point. This is 97. And, I think I might have asked, like, oh, like, have you heard anything about Zelda 64? And the N64 had been out in America for a year at this point. It came out in 96. I think they had shown it in Nintendo Power like one or two iterations at this point. There might have been like a 2-second clip in like the Star Fox 64 video or something that came with Nintendo Power 1 month. But point being, we get onto this topic of Zelda 64, and when I asked, like, have you gotten any information on it, he straight up told me with a straight face, Zelda 64 is canceled and the N64 is going to be discontinued. And I just looked at him like, no, it's not. Like, at this point, I had already known about game. Like, I already was like keen to the games industry at 9 years old. Like, when I've talked about this before, like, I've wanted to work in video games since I was a literal child. And, like, I've followed the industry closely since I was very, very young. It's just something that I've been obsessed with my whole life. Some kids are obsessed with trains and how trains are built. I was obsessed with video games. So this, like, grown person is telling me Zelda 64 is canceled and the N64 is getting discontinued. And I just, like, looked at him and was like, no, it is not. Like, why are you lying? And I said that to him, and he was like, no, it's canceled. I'm telling you right now, they just haven't announced it yet, but it's not coming out. And I don't know, like, I really don't understand, like, what possessed this person to say these things. Maybe he was just trying to mess with a kid, like, I don't know. Or maybe, like, I don't know, like, maybe he really thought it was, because games back in the day, like, there are a lot of games that would be featured in magazines like Nintendo Power that just never saw the light of day. Maybe they only came out in Japan. Maybe they were just full-blown canceled. And, because it was called Zelda 64 at the time, because Zelda 64, like, had no indication of a release date, even though, A Link to the Past was a very early SNES game. Zelda 1 was an NES launch title. There was, like, no indication of when Zelda 64 was coming out or, like, what the game really played like. Like, we had seen a couple screenshots at that point. Again, they may have shown it, for a couple seconds in a preview video, a VHS tape. But it just absolutely blew my mind that this dude would lie like that or just be so convinced himself. It was very strange, a very strange experience as a child. But yeah, we got the memory card, went home and saved Crash 2 and beat it together. It was also the same friend that I first played Final Fantasy VII with. Although we played it in 98, and I remember we went to an electronics boutique in the Roosevelt-filled Mall on Long Island. We were deciding, he was deciding, I don't think it was a birthday gift, but he was going to get a game, and it was a tie between Vagrant Story and Final Fantasy VII. And the reason that we went with Final Fantasy VII is that it was 3 discs. We had never heard of such a thing. A 3-disc video game. That's what sold us on FF7. Okay, that's 5,000. I'm really glad I was able to fill that with stories. Jesus. Grinds are so boring, and it's tough because, like, Majora's Mask, like, you want to cover everything in a walkthrough, but, like, you unfortunately just have to grind for 5,000 rupees in this game. Like, it's such a brutal thing. Okay. But now that we've done that, we can kill the story time, and we can finish the Anju Kafei Sidequest after depositing our 5,000th rupee. Hey, there he is. So, I'm actually glad that happened. Let's do this. Let's go witness that. This is really cool. I'm really excited about this. I should have gone the other way. But Sakon just went into the curiosity shop. Imagine that. Oh, man, let's see if we can witness this. That would be so cool. That would be so cool. Get in there. Ugh, we would have had to stay there. Oh, well. I think we can actually go into the curiosity shop and witness it from the front. Let's try that. Yep. 100. Don't be such a rupee pincher, you miser. 200. Well, why don't I just offer you even less? And you know, this is the bomb shops. How about if I tell them all about it? All right, fine, I'll take it, but you're guilty too. Don't be a fool. A seller of stolen goods is just a middleman who's trying to provide his customers with good product. Look, I know nothing. If it comes to me, I buy it. I'm a charitable organization that helps people in need. I understand. Then the total is, it's 50 now. So there you go. What? You said 100. Oh, so you don't want me to take it off your hands? Whoa, wait, it's a deal. So, like, he's a total hustler. It's great. This curiosity shop guy's taking advantage of me. I just want my fair share. It's so good. They are just so good. These little interactions. Anyway. Okay. Deposit our 5,000th. Get our piece of heart. I think we would have had to stay overnight to witness that. All right. There you go. There's our 17th heart container. 1 container and 8 pieces left. Oh, why am I storing? No. I want to double time. All right, let's unfreeze time. Or, you know, put it back to normal. And then we are going to fast forward to day 3. And we need to wait for 12 p.m. Okay, so again, this is where the 3DS version shows its strength and changes with you know, replays. We could skip to 12 p.m. right now if we wanted to on the 3DS, but unfortunately, we can't. I really do like the hurried music of Day 3 Clocktown. I think it's very nice. It sort of, you know, increases that sense of urgency and concern and all that. I think it just really sets the mood. The guards, like, praying up to the moon, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Also, just the design of the moon on 64 is better. Like, I don't dig the change of the 3DS moon. This moon looks like angry, terrified, anxious. Like, it looks like so many things. And like the eyes are just so terrifying looking. It's like, it's not round. It's it's polygonal, and that's a necessity for an N64 game. But I think it adds to it. Like, it looks jagged and rough and like, not natural. So I don't know. I think it's a better look than the 3DS one that's perfectly round and just looks angry. Anyway, waiting for 12. At 12 p.m., we will be able to get the Keaton mask from the Curiosity Shop. Also, the another thing that I'll say is the color of the atmosphere on day 3 is a very odd color. Like on day 1 and 2, or on day 1, it's like blue and sunny and very normal looking. It looks like a normal day. Day 2, it's raining, and day 3, it's this like gray-green mist. And that's kind of lost on 3DS. It looks too good on 3DS is usually the problem. So yeah, if this game ever gets, like, I don't know, like, if this game ever gets, like, remastered, like, people really want the 3DS ports of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask to come to Switch. I think the Ocarina of Time port would be good. I don't think this game needs to be, like, the 3DS version of this game needs to be put on Switch. I think it's a worse version. I think if they were ever to, like, natively port the game to Switch, which I don't think is ever going to happen because it's on Switch Online and they want that money, the only thing I would ask them to bring forward or from the 3DS version, is the ability to fast forward time to specific times. Like, that's the only thing I wish was different. Everything else just feels like a bizarre change. All right, a couple hours. I am actually really parched, so I'm just going to stand here and refill my water cup, and then I'll be right back. Okay. So, after we get this mask, we'll be able to get a heart piece that's kind of not eluded us since the beginning of the game, but it's been, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like, it has to deal with something that we've been doing since the beginning of the game, but with a mask, it'll be a bit different. All right, one more hour. One more hour. And then, unfortunately, we have to wait for 5 p.m. manually. It's a bit frustrating. All right. Is it 1 p.m.? $1 p.m. I think they might have adjusted times on 3DS. Anyway, at 1 p.m. we can come here, and then the owner of the Curiosity Shop say, "You're the green hat kid? I got a message from Kafei." Now, Kafei, I've known him since he was real little, but when he showed up looking all young in that little brat body, I didn't know what I was seeing. All it took was one glance at that Keaton mask he was carrying for me to realize that I was looking at my old friend. I gave him that mask a long time ago when he was just Lil Kafei. Didn't know he kept it that well for so long. I'm not sure why, but I want to give this to you. You got the Keaton mask. This is Kafei's mask of memories. Accepting this keepsake doesn't make much sense to you, but you should take it anyway. Now, Kafei, he says he wants you to take this to his mother. You were given express mail to Mama. This is priority mail, so hurry up and deliver it. A customer came to my shop last night. Now, Kafei sees him, and Kafei's color just changes, and he goes running after the guy. The guy's a regular, a greedy thief named Sakon. I think he's from Ikana village. You listen to his memories. This was added to your notebook. You were asked to deliver priority mail. This was added to your notebook. Okay, so that letter is extremely, extremely important because you could do one of two things with it. You can either deliver it yourself and get a bottle, or you can give it to the mailman and get a hat and a heart piece. So, one sec. Yeah, you can't put it in a mailbox. I think if you do, like, it ruins it. But the way we're going to handle this in this section of the walkthrough is we are going to give it to the postman to get his mask or his hat, as well as a heart piece afterward. And then when we do the final section of the walkthrough, which is the real final dungeon, we will do this quest again and then get the 6th bottle as a reward and then do the final dungeon. Okay, but we were told where Sakon lives. So let's exit here and then we will go to the hideout. Oh, actually, sorry. We are going to get a heart piece using the mask we were just given. Let's go back to Clocktown. You can do this in a couple different locations. You can do it in the swamp. You could do it... I think there's one in every area, but basically there's one in Milk Road as well. What you're looking for is a circle of bushes with one bush in the middle. And that is right here. Like I said, we've seen this since the beginning of the game. And these are the bushes that run away on you. But if you equip the Keaton mask and then charge your sword and do a, charge sword spin and get them all at once, yeah, the Keaton appears. Hee-hee-ho! Hello, child. If you're attempting to fool me, it is not possible. We Keatons can recognize our own by the sheen of our tails. But you're a good child. Let me put you to a test. Answer me this. Pick one of the 3 choices. What instrument does the Skull Kid play? Plays the flute. Answer me this. Pick one of 3 choices. Is Tingle the map maker left-handed or right-handed? Well, that's a good question. Is Tingle left-handed? I am Googling this. Tingle. He is right-handed. How many tiny cow figurines are there in Clocktown? Tiny cow figurines. There are 10. The magic words are Kalulimpa. I remember that on my own. How many mailboxes are there in Clocktown? I think there's 3? There's 5. There you go. Okay, let us meet again, child. So basically, it's just a trivia minigame. I don't think the questions change depending on where you do it. I think it's just totally random. But yeah, so just Google the Keaton quiz. Zelda Fandom has a full list of answers. Really, really helpful. Okay. Get the Keaton heart piece. 5 p.m. day 3. Go to Ikana Canyon and hide out with Kafei until 6 and get the sun mask. Alright. So, I believe we'll see Sakon, like, prancing around this area. Maybe that's at a different hour. That might be like day 2 or something. Anyway. Hide behind this rock, and you'll see Kafei. I found him, Green Hat Boy. He's using this place as a safe house for keeping his stolen goods. Apparently, his name is Sakon. He came to the shop last night, and I followed him. His storage for the things he's stolen is on the other side of this rock door. Only Sakon can open it. The only way in is to wait for Sakon to arrive. I'll wait. I've made a promise to Anju. He will show up. So we're just going to wait with him. And then you just don't want to be seen, so just hide here. If you are seen, it ruins it. Let me see if there's a map online. You got to do a few mini games really fast. Basically, you're going to do combat as Link and puzzle solving as Kafei. Same controls. There's nothing crazy. Just trying to see if there's a map online. Solutions. Figure somebody would have like a map with arrows drawn on it. All right, no big deal. All right. So yeah, Link gets combat, Kafei gets puzzles. We're just waiting. That's all we're doing. Push that one, kill the Baba. Kill the Baba, go in. Yeah, this is the one that I wanted to check. Push, pull, step, step. Open, Wolfos. And then push. Great. Cool, got it. All right, just keep waiting. So I will tell you, if you mess this up and the mask goes down the hole, you're done. You are screwed. So Sakon should show up at around 7. Yep, here he comes. Don't let him see you. All right, here we go. So on 3DS, there's actually a hinge on the left side, which makes a lot of sense. Otherwise, he looks like Jesus rolling away the stone. All right, Kafei runs in after him, and Link will do the same. And again, there is a way to glitch in here by doing backflips through the crack. Ill-advised, though. That's the mask we're looking for. It's the sun's mask. However, Kafei is going to step on this switch. That sets off the alarm, and the game begins. So you want to move through here as quickly as possible. So Kafei is going to ask us to step on the switch, and then we will assume control of Kafei. Same controls as Link, but Kafei has no combat because he's got no weapons. So all that's going to happen is that Kafei is going to do some puzzle solving. So Kafei goes in here. And then we are going to push one of the blocks onto the switch. Okay. Now this door will be open for Link. So now we have to control Link. And again, you need to move quick. Okay. Be careful when you enter this room. Yellow slows the conveyor belt down. Oh, shit. Red speeds it up. Oh my god. Go, 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 go. Cafe's like a little lanky. Alright, we're going to pull this back. Push this forward. Oh. Ugh. God. Whoops. Come here. Push this over here. Pull this back. Slow down the conveyor belt with this switch. Press the blue one. Now Link is going to have to fight a Wolfos, so just, you know, do your thing. Wait for him to swipe. Jump slash, done. Okay. Kafei moves to the right, pushes this block up, enters here, presses this switch, that opens the door for Link. Link presses this switch, and it's over. So no matter where it is, as long as you're successful, it'll look like it's done in the nick of time, but don't freak out when you see that. Okay, so Kafei has time to get back to town, and then you are just ported outside. So Kafei runs like the wind. All right. So this is where we get a choice. We can either deliver the letter to Mama herself or give it to the mailman. And no matter what time you did that at, it will always be midnight. So you'll always, like, the end of the world will start. So let's go back to Clocktown. And we are going to give the mail to the mailman to deliver. And then we're going to get his hat. So let's just go to the post office and hand him the letter. On day 3, you will find the mailman in his house, or the night of day 3, sort of freaking out. So go ahead and equip the letter, speak with him. And he says, oh, I want to flee, but it's not written on the schedule. To me, the delivery schedule, it's the highest priority. This is a priority mail seal. This is the highest of priorities. I shall deliver it. So he's going to change, get into his gear. I think this game is so cute. Here he goes. So we're going to follow him to the milk bar. Because Madame Aroma is drinking her pain away. The finest Cambodian breast milk. Breast milk, you make my day. God, just the music of this game is OD. All right. So we're going to wait for the mailman. He's going to come out. He's going to deliver the letter, and then he's going to come out of the bar again. So just wait for him. Comes out at about, 4 hours remaining. You could witness this if you want, but you don't really have to. I think it's too late to witness. Let's see. Yeah, it's too late. It's okay. Doesn't matter. All right. I have decided to flee. It is an order from the postmaster, aka Madame Aroma. I'm now free. I can set my own schedule. I don't need this anymore, so here, I'll let you have it. You got the postman's hat. This dignified hat allows you to check the mail. You see to put it on. It might just suit you. You saved a troubled public servant. This was added to your notebook. And then he runs in slow-mo, but the same animation as his Ocarina of Time running animation as he's sprinting across Hyrule Field. Okay, so now what we got to do is just go to Anju's room, which is unlocked for us now. And there is 100 rupees in this chest if you want. But I don't even think the bank will take our money at this point. And Anju is waiting. I have decided to wait for him. I made my promise. I'm fine with this. I believe him. Oh, boy. So you got to wait here until 1:30. Or 4:30 with an hour left. So you can see here, this is her wedding dress. And then we helped Kafei rescue the sun's mask. This is the moon mask. So it's like a wedding ceremony that the groom wears, or one person wears the sun mask and the other person wears the moon mask. So she's got her dress here, and she is waiting for him no matter what it takes. She believes he will come. And so what we can actually do is we can witness him show up. He comes from the east. So like the whole orientation of Clocktown is set up so Kafei can come through this door, this entryway, past the guard and into the Stockpot Inn. Like, Stockpot Inn is in East Clocktown for this purpose. I don't know if it's expressly for this purpose, but yeah, it's just cool. It's really, really cool. I love it. There he is. Man of the hour. Go get your girl, man. There we go. I have met you before. What a familiar scent. Long, long ago. Yes, we were still young. We made a promise, didn't we? The masks of the sun and the moon. We were to exchange them on the day of the Carnival of Time. Anju, I'm sorry I was late. Welcome home. Teehee. They're lovers, but they look just like a mother and child. Let us exchange the promised masks. We have exchanged our oaths and have become a couple. You are our witness. Please accept this mask. You got the couple's mask. It's filled with their love. Please take refuge. We're fine here. We shall greet the morning together. The two gave you a happy mask. This was added to your notebook. That's it. That is the craziest side quest in games. I love that side quest. It's so beautiful, so well done, and it just ties in perfectly with the game itself. Okay, so no time left, but you'll notice that we have all the masks except for two. We will get, these two are mandatory masks. You get this one here in Stone Tower Temple, and you get this one later on. So you have done all the side quests for masks. If you followed along, as I did it, you're done with masks, basically for the game. Cool. So let's play the Song of Time. Just in the nick of time. And we can get 2 pieces of heart with the 2 masks that we just got. So if you remember, Mayor Dotour was having a hell of a time with the town on the morning of day 1. Everybody was arguing with him and sort of raising hell. With the couple's mask, it's filled with love. And so the mask can sort of cheer anyone up. And so we're going to use it for that purpose. So we do have to wait for 10 a.m. for the mayor's office to open, but we can also use the postman's mask and look in the mailbox. You are doing a great job, ka-ching. Some item other than a letter has been deposited, ka-ching. Got a piece of heart, collects 2 pieces. Nice work, ka-ching. So I'm not sure if that happens at any post box you visit for the first time, or if it has to be that one. That's just the one that I always use. It could be any of them, but basically, once you get the postman's hat, visit a mailbox, you'll get a piece of heart. And now we just wait for this guy for 10 a.m. Let's check our bomber's notebook. What does Anju have left? Oh, I think it's the, yeah, it's this. It's check-in. We'll do that next time. I don't know who that is. Who is that? Anyway, let's look that up. Bomber's notebook. Oh, I think that's Link-Goro. Everything has a 3DS now. Yeah, everything's updated for 3DS. I gotta figure out who that is. I really don't know. Oh, God. It's all 3DS. Nice. Zelda Archive fandom. Very cool. Alright, who is this? Alright, Bomber Secret Society, Anju Kafei, Man from the Curiosity Shop, Old Lady from the Bomb Shop, Romani, Cremia, Mayor Dotour. Cool. Da-da-da-da. Almost time. Hello, Gorman. All right, so just wear the couple's mask, go into the mayor's office, and speak with him. The couple's mask. What a nice reminder. So a young couple has been married. I wonder, did my wife flee? What? What did you just say? Yes, everyone. We're all worried for our families. Why don't we end this meeting? But Mr. Mayor, this will do. Whether you're stubborn and will stay and guard your family, or if you prefer to run far away and seek shelter. That is for people to decide on their own. Thank you for allowing me to put an end to all that pointless bickering. Adults are also stubborn. It is shameful. Here is a token of my gratitude. Alright. Well, I may be an unreliable mayor, but at least my family can depend on me. I want to protect my wife. Mayor Dotour was added to your notebook. You saved the mayor from a tedious meeting. This was added to your notebook. Okay, so the fourth piece of heart here cannot be obtained until you get the treasure of Ikana Stone Tower Temple. So we'll get that after we're done. It is sort of like a combat challenge area. And then the 4 other pieces of hearts are all obtained in the same area at the end of the game. So we will enter the final area of the game with 19 hearts and have 20 by the time we end the game. But that's it. Okay. Incredible. What an incredible series of events here. Captain Vissen. The mayor's orders are absolute, so the gate guards are still standing by. Standing by. Cripes. It's so good. It's so good how, like, alive and active this world is. It's just incredible to me. Are the fins damp lately? That's the greeting used among us Zoras. Oh, forgive me. I am Toto, manager of the band The Indigogos. I'm out of business cards, so a Zora greeting will have to do. The Indigogos is the popular group that we Zora are so proud of. They've put out a lot of songs. One of their hits is Ballad of the Windfish. You know that song, don't you? Huh? You don't? Really? Even one that famous? You'd be able to hear it if the show wasn't canceled. It's such a shame. Anyway. So that is it. That is probably the longest cycle we'll do in this entire walkthrough. I realize this video is over 3 hours at this point, but it's better to do all of that at that time when you're trying to get through Stone Tower and all that, or start to access Stone Tower. You want to do Ikana Castle. It's just better to do it that way. So what we can do is, in the spirit of all of this, I am just going to stand here and wait for Anju to come back. This way I can get the room key. This happens at 1:50 p.m., so we'll just wait a few minutes. This is... It's funny, like... And feel free to end this video now. We're literally just going to fill the Bomber's notebook with one final entry. And I'll show you the room and the Goron interaction, but completely inconsequential to anything we're doing. This is... This side quest is, like, really... It was a marvel at the time. An absolute marvel that a side quest in a Nintendo game would go this far. And it takes advantage of the whole system of this game, of the clock, of everything. It's just so good. And yeah, it's like kind of hasn't been replicated. Quests don't really do stuff like this anymore. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I guess games like Stardew Valley do stuff like this, now that I'm thinking about it. So I stand corrected. So like I said, we're going to do this entire quest one more time, although that's going to be a lot faster. We're literally just going to skip as fast as we can through that because there's nothing else to do at that point. But that'll come after we finish Stone Tower Temple. Stone Tower Temple, between you and me, is a dungeon I've only done a handful of times. So what I'm kind of tempted to do is, take like an hour and a half or so. This will be, in a few days. Go through that dungeon without even recording it. Just like create a save state and then just go through the dungeon. And then once I kind of get a grip on it, take notes, make my own sort of walkthrough on it, then record the walkthrough. I have done every single dungeon in this walkthrough by memory. So, yeah. Okay, so we can speak with Anju once she comes back to the counter. Welcome to the Stockpot Inn. Did you have a reservation? Yes, you do have a reservation. That's good. Mr. Guide, is it? One moment, please. Mr. Guide, I have you down for an afternoon arrival. Your room is our knife chamber on the second floor. Here's your key. You got a room key. What? You're not sure why, but you apparently had a reservation. This is fortunate. It was added to your notebook. Please relax. So, that should fill Anju's. Yep. So we have everybody, except for Madame Aroma. Madame Aroma we will complete on the second run-through of the Anju Kafei Sidequest. But other than that, the Bomber's Notebook is completely complete. And so if we were to wait here until about 4 o'clock, which is just in another couple minutes, what would end up happening is the Goron Link, his name is literally Link-Goron, he would show up, attempt to check into the hotel, but we have taken his reservation because we share a name. It's kind of funny. So here is another chest with, I believe, 100 rupees in it. So you kind of get a gift for checking in. They give you free money at this place. I don't know how they stay in business. But then the other thing you can do is use this crack and check through the wall. What a ramshackle inn. Is this room first class? You can hear whoever's next door for crying out loud. Well, whatever. We're staying for free, so we can't expect much. So with access to that, we are able to view certain events as part of the Anju Kafei side quest. But again, it's like totally optional. We've completed the side quest once. And we never even saw it, so again, it's just optional. Yeah, so we are just going to sit here and wait, and then I'm going to show you that interaction, and we're done with the video. Oh, man. What a game. What a really good game. It's funny because I always felt like whenever I remember this game, I feel like the Ikana section has a lot of filler. But if you combine it with the Anju Kafei side quest, it kind of doesn't. It actually goes very nicely together at that time. Yeah, it's just nice. It's very, very nice. I'm actually thinking... Now, I guess the earliest you could do this is the hook shot. You don't necessarily need the ice arrows. You just need the hook shot. Unless I'm mistaken, and you have to appear from behind at Sakon's hideout. Anyway, here's Link-Goron. Or Guide Goron. Speak with him. Says, the city is so busy, it's hard to find one's way, Goro. I always wondered, was he the Goron mailman? Like, is that why he's got the hat? Anyway, once they start talking, you can eavesdrop. She says, I'm terribly sorry. There are no vacancies today. We're booked solid with reservations. I made a reservation. The name is Link-Goro. Mr. Link-Goro? I don't have a reservation under that name. There is one close to that, but... What? Really, Goro? Well, it's nice weather, so I'll just sleep outside, Goro. I'm terribly sorry. So yeah, they gave away his reservation. They gave it to me. And you're all the better for it. So whatever the name is on your file, that will be the name of the Goron. So, you know, obviously Guide for me, Link for most people. And so we can speak with him one more time. It's a hard world to live in, Goro. He's just bummed. And then at night, you will actually find him sleeping just outside. He will sit right here, and he will sleep. So let's see if he comes out. Yep, there he is. Oh, I guess he sleeps on this bench. Next to the bench. Yep. And then you can actually catch him snoozing. He makes a funny noise. There you go. So that is basically the end of it. The wind has gotten damp, Goro. Tomorrow's rain, Goro. Goro. So yeah, he like senses the weather, blah, blah, blah. That's it. That is this cycle of Ikana Canyon and the Anju Kafei Sidequest. Like I said, we'll have to do this again during the final cycle that we play through. But in the next section of the walkthrough, we're going to do Stone Tower Temple. There's one thing that unlocks with the treasure of Stone Tower Temple. You don't actually have to beat Stone Tower Temple more than once. There is no environmental effect that it has over Ikana Canyon, at least nothing major. The reward from the Great Fairy is something special. It is the Great Fairy Sword, which is kind of this game's version of the Bigoron Sword. So it's one way to look at it. But that's it for now. If you've stayed around for the whole 3 hours and 15 minutes, thank you, and I hope I was helpful. But if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, you can do so by becoming a channel member by clicking the gray join button below this video, or you can leave a super thanks by clicking the heart icon below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and join my Discord. Links for those are in the description below. As always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.